Hey everybody, this is Allie Edwards, and I am super excited to be here today with an overview of a new stamp collection that we are releasing today in collaboration with Laura Wonsik. Laura has been on our creative team for I think a number of years now, and she was the leader of our recent Stamp Your Story live event. We kind of consider her our resident stamping expert, and we decided to work with Laura because she has tons of creative ideas related to stamps and stamping, and I'm super excited to introduce to you this collection of stamps. These are all 6x8 and they are all available today. Included with this release are a couple other things. I think we've got a new stamp block, we have a new light yellow stamp color, and then I think we have a new bundle which is a different collection of a variety of stamps all together. You can learn more about that on today's blog post and see the things that are all available. But let's dive into these awesome 6x8 stamps from Laura. Okay, first up we have a half circle set. Lots of things with opposites, right? We've got pro and con, then and now, best and worst, super and duper, which is not necessarily an opposite, but they go together. The idea here with these stamps being that you can create a full circle by stamping either half. We've got a blank one on here where you can put something else in that space if you wanted to, mask something else inside, add a pattern onto it, maybe add a little bit of a story. This is going to be a super fun set to play around with. Laura did a couple buildable alphabet stamps, and this is one of them. The other one is super fun too. This one you can see that these are individual pieces, right, that come together. The bottom part and the top part of the A, the left and right part of a B, the top and bottom of a C, the left and right of a D. So you can play around with color a lot here, adding in different colors so that rather than having to mask off part of an alphabet stamp to have like the top and bottom be different colors, Laura is actually giving you the different pieces that you can put together to create letter forms. One of the sets that we were all super excited about when Laura brought this idea to us was a sign language stamp set. We talked a little bit about trying to do Braille and how that would work, and we landed back on this stamp set, which gives you both the hand signs or the hand formations to create each one of the letters, as well as a couple different signs, some very basic ones: please, love, deaf, hello, ASL, yes, no, thank you, I love you, and friend. Laura, the samples that she's done with these are super cute, spelling out her daughter's names and a couple other things as well. So I think this will be a really fun and inclusive stamp set option for your collection. Another idea that Laura had here for one of the 6x8 stamp sets was to do a set that had 4 different alphabets in it, which I think is a super fun, great for combining fonts together, right? Combining typefaces together to create interesting pairings, but also just having some of these in-between sized alphabet stamps. We've got our 6x8s that fill up the full page. We have the 4x6s that fill up the whole page. It's really fun to have a set, a very universal set that has a variety of different options for stamping alphabets. Next up is a fun banner set. For this one, Laura told me what sentiments she wanted, and then I hand wrote them for her. So the fun flags here. We've got whoa dude, stories of life, major sigh, blurg, oh hey, how dare you, I can't even, awesome, no sir, totally, for real, so funny, hilarious, and I like your face. So I love the fact that some of them are pointing to the right and some of them are pointing to the left, which makes it really fun for adding them together onto a project. I have a page that I started that's in progress here where I'm going to use a couple of these on a photo with some of the teens here in our house. So I'm excited to get to tell that story using this fun stamp set. All right, next up here from Laura is this wonderful Mental Health Matters stamp set. Laura is a therapist, and this was one of the ideas that she brought to us, was wanting to have a stamp set that was all about therapy and or mental health, which we are big advocates for getting help when you need help, and that talking about mental health and ending the stigma around it is a really important thing to have happen. And so with that in mind, here is a look at the super cool stamp set. It's got sentiments like setting boundaries looks like this, self-care looks like this, healthy coping, unhealthy coping, I'm struggling, I heart therapy, I'm fine. This right here is a pillow that goes with these two different couches. We've got the outline couch and then the filled-in couch. There's a coffee cup, let's talk. We've got two different people facing each other there. These are separate stamps that you can pair with the speech bubbles. We've got the big mental health matters. You can see that I've used that already. Want to talk about it. My therapist knows about you. There's a lot to unpack here. My diagnosis is not my destiny. The flower, growth is not linear. Life is messy, and the stigma, mental health, mind, I am okay, working on me, thanks for listening, and mental health. So that's a look at the therapy or the mental health matters stamp set. Last up, and one of the stamp sets that I am probably the most excited about is this Buildable stamp set that Laura came up with. This stamp set will have some supporting documents to go along with it. It will have a PDF that shows you exactly how all the letters are created. So when you look at this, it looks like just a bunch of shapes, right? And it can be. You want a rectangle shape, you want a half circle shape, you want to make a circle out of pie shapes, lots of different things that can come together. But the purpose of this is actually to create a full alphabet. It's a really awesome concept, a really fun idea. There will be a PDF that shows you how to create each individual letter using the different pieces, as well as a video that you can find on this blog post. If you're watching this on YouTube, head over to my blog. We've got the video in the blog post today that actually demonstrates how to make the letters as well. I think this one is going to be super fun. I'm excited to play with it. Just a really creative way to bring about letter forms. All right, that's a look at all of the fun things that are included with Laura's stamp collection for Allie Edwards. If you have any additional questions, please leave them in the comments below, and you can find these at allieedwards.com.